Let's start today by acknowledging that we stand on ancient ground. At the confluence of these two great rivers, for thousands of years, people have met and traded and lived and loved and formed community. Of course, today we stand on traditional Blackfoot territory, the people who honor me with the name of, here we go, Abestos. I'm going to come up with something a little easier. I always say that it was one of the great moments of my life that this Indian became fully Indian. With being given that name, but I also enjoy spending a lot of time with people who actually can speak Blackfoot in the hopes that someone can teach me how to pronounce it correctly. But we will get there. We are, of course, in this place that we call Mohintkisis, the Elbow, where people have, as I said, been here for thousands of years, not just the Blackfoot people, but let's also acknowledge the other great nations of Treaty 7. Let's acknowledge the Beaver people of the Tsuut'ina and the Nakota people of the Stoney Nations, who all have come here and made treaty and helped build community here. And in the words of the late Michael Green and Narcissus Blood, who are much in our thoughts and minds today, we are all treaty people. And it's important for all of us to remember that whether we've been here for thousands of years or our people just came to this country, we are all treaty people. And it is our job together to create a shared future of prosperity and opportunity for all. We are in a time of reconciliation, my friends, and it is our opportunity and an opportunity we cannot give up to grab this historic time that we are in and create that future together. I honor the elders who are with us today. Victoria Crowchild, my friend, who always gives me great advice, tells me when I'm doing terrible things. Doreen Spence, Randy Bottle, and of course, Pete Standing Alone, who we are honoring today. I'm proud to be with all of you today and with all of you today as we begin this week of not just awareness, not just reconciliation, but celebration. Celebration of who we are together as a community, what we have achieved, and what we will continue to achieve. I know several of my councillors are hiding in the audience today. I want to thank them for being with us today. We're actually on our break from council. So unfortunately, I won't be able to stay for the whole event because if I'm not there to bang the gavel, we never know what my councillors will do. But a special thank you to all the volunteers on the organizing committee who worked so hard to create this opening ceremony and this week. And thanks to my colleagues from the City of Calgary who host this event and who've done so much work to make it happen, as well as our sponsors from Suncor Energy, the Imperial Oil, and ATCO Blue Flame, who I understand are making a great barbecue that I'm going to miss. One of the things I get to do as mayor is I get to make proclamations. And normally, these proclamations are written and signed, they're static pieces of paper. But today, to honor our oral tradition today, I'm going to do something I very rarely do, which is I'm going to actually read the proclamation with you. Each year in June, Aboriginal Awareness Week is held in Calgary to increase awareness of Aboriginal people and celebrate their unique diversity and culture. This is an opportunity to experience a variety of cultural events hosted by an alliance within the Aboriginal community and service providers, along with many non-Aboriginal supporters. The theme for 2015 is Sharing Our Home and Our Stories, celebrating Aboriginal culture in Alberta. Whereas Aboriginal Awareness Week is a celebration of the rich contributions and achievements of Aboriginal people in Calgary. Whereas Aboriginal Awareness Week celebrates Aboriginal heritage and tradition, bringing together people from Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal communities in and around Calgary. Whereas the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis communities have made and continue to make valuable contributions to the development of Canada. On behalf of City Council and the citizens of Calgary, I hereby proclaim the week of June 15th to 21st, 2015 as Aboriginal Awareness Week. Today is not a day for big political speeches, but I was piqued a little bit by my introduction that talked about how at the end of this year of reconciliation, how do we prove that we are moving forward together? And I look forward to conversations with folks in the Aboriginal community, with leaders in the Aboriginal, the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis communities here in Calgary, to talk about how we move forward together, to talk about how we create more opportunity, to talk about how we ensure that everyone feels safe in this community, and that every single person in this community has the opportunity right here, right now, to live a great Calgarian life. It's our job, it's our promise, and it's the work that we have to do. And in this time of reconciliation, symbols too are important. And we must also look towards what symbols we can use and make in our community together to ensure that every member of our community, Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal alike, feel that this is a place where they can belong, a place where we are creating opportunity for everyone. We have a lot of work to do. Our year of reconciliation is over, but that means that we are in a time of reconciliation together. And every single one of us has work to do with our hands, our hearts, our minds, and our souls to make sure we are creating opportunity for all. I know we're up to it, I know it's the promise of our community, and I know every single one of us will work to achieve that promise. Thank you all my relations.